morning, everybody. Welcome into Drones and Coffee. Captain Ray Kelly's up early this morning.
How you doing, Johnny?
Oh, doing good, doing good. Got up early. Been listening to Dennis. Then Chris went on. I didn't know if Chris was going to try and go again, but he did say it right there in the chat that he wasn't. I know he was doing good. All of a sudden, it started buffering. So
yeah, I felt bad for him. You feel bad when that happens.
You can't figure it out sometimes.
I know.
Other day I went live with the V-Copter for the first time in about, I don't know, maybe 6-7 months just to try it.
That's such a good.
Good morning. Caught me mid-gulp there.
Yeah. It caught you drinking there.
Yep. Good morning.
What's up? How are you, Mr. Flynn?
Doing good. A little rainy here this weekend.
Yeah, I woke up to it, man. We had some bad thunderstorms. Some people had hail. I tell you what, I don't know. We talk about it all the time, man. I don't know about this. The way the weather is lately. I saw Chris talking about it, and of course, what started yesterday. What season it is. So I don't know.
They say it's going to be a bad hurricane season too.
Well, it's been a bad spring for a lot of people.
It really has.
Even here, we've had personally here we had hail one time. It wasn't very big, but somebody just up the road, little town up the road, had hail last night again. So which for us is, I don't know, it might be once every couple of years type thing or something. Maybe not even that, But
right.
now it's like every other Friday,
Yeah.
Captain Ray, are you getting y'all cleaned up from your tree?
Yeah, the tree's been removed. Yeah, and my Cheryl's car was declared a total loss. So
was it really? Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Mine. Believe it or not, even though a few little dents on the roof panel, there's over 5,000 plus damage.
Wow.
Isn't that something?
But
wow.
So we're going to go car shopping again today.
Yeah, gosh, that's too bad.
How's Colleen?
She's doing good. We're getting ready. 3 weeks from yesterday is my daughter's wedding, so it's a little chaotic around here right now.
Oh my!
Yeah, yep. I'm writing out the checks and.
That's a good day.
No, I'm not laughing at you, but yeah,
hey, you're commiserating.
Hey, I know what it's like. So hey,
thankfully, only one daughter.
This one ended up eloping.
Yeah, that's I was I tried to bribe my daughter, but no, she wouldn't do that. So.
Yeah, none of them will take the bribe, and hey, if you offer them that against something else, like hey, we give you, like a certain amount of money not to go to, I don't know, but man, hey, they all listen. And the weddings are nice; they turn out beautiful, and hey,
yep,
it's
right. It's a big day. You're a proud papa, John.
Yep, I'm just staying out of the way, when they need something, I bring out the checkbook and then you go, from there. So, but anyhow, no checks have bounced yet. And yes, Barkley, I was broke before this started, so I'm even more broke now.
Barkley, I think he'll loan money out of like 1%. I heard.
You never know, though. There might be another wedding in the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's saving his money for that, probably.
I'll tell you what, that's going to be fancy there.
So where's the wedding going to be, John?
It's actually going to be it's going to be up in Grand Rapids. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So
Walker's shaking his head there. Now, welcome in Joe Fodolio. Who else we got in here? John Bonner, Brad Austin, Fly Guy Merrill. Let's see who else. Randy, Phillips.
Randy, God bless America.
Joel, George Kelly. Actually, Barkley was the first one in. Joe Fodolio was in here. I don't know what Joe. I sent Joe the link. He'll probably pop in a little bit. Chris Hope is in the house. Ron Janke. Who else we got? Oh, Mr. Rick. Look, we got Mr. Buckeye Drones in here.
Hey, Rick.
The trophy maker.
The original presenter of the trophy to Mr. Jackrabbit FPV.
Didn't you get one too, though, Johnny?
I did not get one. I got mine. Well, let me tell you, I didn't get mine at the meetup. I got mine mailed to me though.
Oh, okay,
Well,
That I was a double award winner.
you feel honored when you get those.
I got
Those
two of them,
awards.
yeah. Chris, what's up, Chris?
Good morning, Johnny, John, Ray.
good morning, Chris.
You get
Yeah,
your mess cleaned up,
I
Captain
got
Ray?
two of them. Chris, I know, but you all of a sudden you started buffering and then you went away. I didn't know.
Well, here's the problem with all this live streaming bullshit. All right,
Tell us like it is, Chris.
I've got great Wi-Fi here at the house, and
Right.
I'm not 50 yards from the house. I turned it off on my phone so I could use my phone for my drone. But what I didn't do was tell my drone to forget the Wi-Fi at the house.
I got
Oh yeah.
Oh,
So 4 minutes into it, it found the Wi-Fi at the house, and that's when it cut off.
yep.
So something to put back there in the memory bank. If you're going to stream, pick one and tell it to forget the other. You can always go back and find it again. It's not a big deal.
it seemed like I don't say I did it all the time, but sometimes I'd get bored in the evening and all, and it seemed like it just worked a lot better, like about a year ago or a couple years ago. Now it just seems, I don't know, Prism, you kind of got to go through some little steps to do it, to get the sound, and it just seems complicated right now.
It's fun, or I still wouldn't be doing it. But man, when you get up at 4:30, 5 o'clock to go do this stuff and drive 10 or 20, 30 miles to go do it, and then you get this, it's just aggravating.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Well,
it is
So
what it
what-
is, as they say.
I got in a little late, Chris. Did you tell your story before I got in?
No, I didn't get to do my story this morning.
Tell
It was
it
only
now.
about-
Tell the story now.
Tell your story. Yeah, read. Tell us about.
Well, I done closed the book. I done closed my book, and I done lost my place. So we'll catch it next week.
Chris, I know, man. Y'all getting we believe it or not, it seems like we've been missing a lot of the weather here, in particular. Of course, up north Louisiana's been getting it. Of course, New Orleans got pounded yesterday evening. Of course, they don't take much rain to flood, but man,
I can name 5 people, and I'm looking at 2 right now that's had damage.
yeah,
Me and Ray, Joe Fodolio, Scott, Jackrabbit FPV.
yeah.
Brother Bob Casey was that electrician for about 3 or 4 days. Had to go live with his kid for a little while. It's a good thing to a point, but we're saturated. I mean, that's like I was telling on my stream a while ago. A good strong wind and a tree is coming over
Yeah.
now.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that what
I
happened
drove-
with your tree, Captain Ray? You just had a lot of
Yeah.
rain and
Yeah, it had 4 shoots coming out of it. 4 of them were up 70 feet high, and one of them let go, and that was the one that was under the car, the 2 cars in the corner of my house.
So you're
I
gonna
had
get
that
your
happen too probably about 7 years ago. The whole tree just came down. We had a lot of rain and
It hit
plants
your
would
house.
blow on the house. It hit the house a little bit and did a little damage, but it could have been a lot worse.
Hey guys, I want to say hello to Kenny Gilliard. Kenny is part of we have a little Louisiana group page, and I text him now and then. I think it's first time joining, but welcome in, Kenny. He is from Louisiana.
Hey, Kenny.
Good morning, Kenny.
But yeah, I know. The weather. I don't know. We had that same scenario a few years ago, Chris, with Ida. We had that really wet. And they said it's the perfect storm, and we did. We had so many trees, and man, I don't know. Insurance it's becoming it's getting crazy. That's all I can say.
It's horrible. If you don't use your insurance, you're paying for the price, and if you use your insurance, you're paying for the price.
I just hope they don't drop me now.
Well, I don't
They
see how
shouldn't.
that. I don't see how fair that could be. If you ever had a claim on it, see, that's the thing too. You've been a good customer for 20, 30 years. I tell you, there's somebody out there, the insurance, there's somebody at every doorstep. The big 3, Allstate and State Farm, Geico, there's more than them out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I'm
see,
trying to forget
even
about
State,
it. Come on.
State Farm quit writing in some parishes in Louisiana, even though you've been a customer. Man, one of my friends just got dropped 28 years as a customer.
Yeah, they don't.
Really?
That don't matter. That matters none anymore.
Nope.
It don't matter if you've been paying your premiums for 30 years. You've never filed. If they see some computer generated crap comes out there and says, "Okay, this area, we're done."
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, case in point, I had my insurance with Allstate for 22, 23 years. My insurance agent that I dealt with for 22, 23 years sold his business. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Zero.
Yeah.
And
Good point, Brad.
that's not cool anymore. We're of the age where you used to could talk to the people that you dealt with personally, but that's
Good
out
luck
the
on
window.
that. Good luck on that now.
Yeah.
Right.
There's no personal no more.
Randy,
They sent the drone pilot the next day. They sent the drone pilot, assess the damage on the house.
oh, really?
Did they really?
Speaking of drone pilots,
Hey, Joe, good morning.
Good morning. Speaking of insurance, yeah, they don't care about you. They don't care about you. I had a customer that was with Allstate for 50 years, and they called her and told her that they were dropping her.
50 years. Wow.
50 years. They were, and she never filed a claim, and they called her to tell her that they were dropping her. Well, they just kept raising her rates until she just had to leave.
Right.
They didn't want her as a customer anymore. They had 50 years of money from her.
Yeah.
They don't want her anymore because then they have to eventually. She's due for a claim.
Well, I
They
almost
didn't
called.
want her anymore. It's freaking sad, dude. It's
Yes,
sad.
it is.
DeMarco Moore's in the house. DeMarco had a
Marco, what up? Good morning.
damage by his house, but yeah, DeMarco. Almost everybody in the community, it's weird. You say, Chris, you like almost everybody here had some kind of, you know what I mean? It's crazy, and so I mean, I hate to say you can't feel sorry for insurance companies, but where we headed, because some of the young couples, here's the deal. If they have a house note that's a certain amount and then all of a sudden the insurance doubles or even more than that, I don't know if they'll let the house go,
Right.
And there's some people now that do not have insurance. Of course, that's only people who have their house paid. Now, how'd you like to be out on that limb? You never know if a fire or something. I mean, you could lose everything you work for, but if you can't afford it, I don't know. So,
Yeah, it's a scary situation for sure.
It's horrible.
It is.
Well,
Well,
I
yeah.
tell you,
On the drone too. I flew the drone over the damage and the tree removal, and so I got a couple of good flights in too.
I couldn't believe what I saw that, Ray. On
I know,
Facebook.
Ray was
I was like,
calling me.
oh, a brand new car.
We always talk early. Ray called me. He said, "Man, you got to look at these pictures." I couldn't believe it. I mean, it's like more and more people going without homeowners.
I gotta say thank you to everybody for all your nice remarks. I really appreciate it. It meant a lot to my wife too. So thank you all. That's nice.
Yeah.
Hated to see that.
Well, Ray, did you have Joe Photo Leo over there flying anytime before? Because he could have damaged those trees.
I was over there chopping some wood
Chopping.
Yeah.
with my props.
yeah.
Al Duran, maybe Al. Al likes to took down my big oak tree at my old house there.
He was chasing me.
Hey, you got Ken Huppauer in.
Huppauer.
Hey, Kenny, morning.
What's up, Kenny?
Morning, Ken.
So, Mr. John Flynn, you've been
I'm
flying
gonna
out
call
of
him up. He's a manager of the adjusters. I was going to call him up and say, "Come on,
My
help
future
me out.
boss.
Help, Ken."
Yeah. He'd be the guy to call. That's for sure.
Yes.
John, you've been flying your Avata too?
A little bit. Yep. I did the update and went out and flew it. I didn't fly it in the 100 FPS or anything, but just took it out and flew it around a little bit. And of course, then the rain hit and it's been rainy. But
I got the sticks coming tomorrow morning. So
Oh, do you?
I bit the bullet. I mean,
You're caving in. You're not being patient, Johnny.
well, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, I think
I want to fly manual, so
I don't think it's going to happen with the old sticks either. Myself
It
personally.
doesn't look like it. Nah.
Maybe
I flew with Angel yesterday, Joe, and he was saying nothing but good things about you. You had to hear him.
Who
Really.
is this?
Angel Santos.
Oh, Angel. Yeah. Good guy. Yeah. I
Still
talked
is
with
a
him
good
on the talk with him on the phone
He said
probably
something
once or twice a
about
week.
Joe. Angel says something good about Joe.
Believe it
Joe
or not,
must have paid him some money.
he looks up to me.
Does he know
Yeah.
Joe? Maybe he ain't really talking to Joe on the phone. He must be talking to somebody else.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
Angel
Angel's good people.
loves to fly. I tell
He
you what,
does.
he I know he messed with me a couple times, and I tell you what, he definitely wants to come to South Florida, guys. I know that.
I met his wife and his 3 children too, which was nice. Yeah.
Randy said Nevada hauls ass.
Mhm.
I guess he means Emmanuel.
Probably. I think that's the only way he flies it.
Real man.
A lot of fun, manual
I'm
mode.
playing, John. I'm playing.
I'm
Joe,
poor. I can't afford the sticks.
Have you flown an Emmanuel, Joe? Nevada too, or you have not?
No, I haven't.
Okay, because
No, I haven't had the opportunity yet.
gotcha.
See, Rick likes the sticks too. Yeah.
Did you see your Avata 1, Joe?
Did I sell it?
Yeah.
Never. Never.
I thought I
No.
seen you had something for sale on Facebook the other day.
Mini 3 Pro.
Mini 3 Pro. Okay.
Yeah. One of my old coworkers from the roofing joint. There's a new guy on the team now. I think he's interested in it. So wait to hear a call from him. So I might get it sold. I'm going on vacation tomorrow though for a week, so I'm definitely taking it with me.
Oh yeah, where you going, Joe?
Got my. We're going to Wimberley, Texas. About a 3-hour drive from here. Between Austin and San Antonio, I believe.
You want to see a tennis match?
Not Wimbledon.
Oh well,
Wimberley. But no, we're going out. There's like 9 of us going. Rented a big house, big Airbnb. It's on 5 acres. Swimming
Nice.
pool, hot tub, sauna.
Oh,
Nice,
really?
nice place. We'll have a good time. I got my 5-inch, my Demi-Bot back in the air yesterday after it being down since February. So
you can fly there then.
back. Yes, I'm back.
Good deal.
Of course, I have my Grinderino also, but now I got my 5-inch back up. Pretty excited about it.
Yeah,
Are you getting out of camera drones, Joe?
No. I don't fly them a lot, but I definitely don't need one right now. But I will get an Air 3 once I pay down my Best Buy card a little bit, and then I'll be good. Really, probably for 5 years on camera drones. I'll be good. So that's kind of the plan. The occasional roof install or roof inspection. I need a camera drone, but they're few and far in between anymore. So kind of shifting gears on that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd like a better camera drone than I have.
Drone, right, Joe? Did you
Say again?
do a test flight initially and take it easy initially
On what?
when you repair a drone and get it back in the air?
Yeah. No, when I, like on my carbons, I'll do a quick little hover and just make sure it's good for about 10-20 seconds, and then feel the motors, make sure they're not too hot, and then I'll send it. Then it's good.
Yeah.
I started flying acro, actually, line of sight. I started trying it just, which is easier than I thought it was going to be, but just tried it out in the yard, just close to me, but doing flips and rolls and stuff like that, but all line of sight. So it's been kind of fun.
Yeah, that's a little hard to do to me. I mean, I guess
Yeah. It's a little different.
Yeah, let's see.
I have to keep the camera oriented away from me, the whole time, so you don't get crooked or whatever. But yeah, no, just kind of been playing with that, but it's flying good.
Time for a new truck, Ken. Maybe, like Johnny, he switched over to Hyundai.
Dude,
I'm
Ken
having trouble with that old Ford, huh?
big truck though. Ken needs a bigger truck than.
Yeah, I don't think he could haul his camper with a.
Oh yeah, he's got that camper. Yeah.
That would he'd have some problems with that truck in a hurry too, I think.
Needs no power strokes. What he needs. I'm
Sure.
3.
Barkley says he's banning DJI drones himself.
I don't blame him, actually.
America's saying again. That's right.
It's
Well, I
not
tell you what, guys.
a bad idea.
I know it seems like I don't say we laughed at that, or we kind of thought it was all bull crap, but it's getting pretty serious now. I don't know. We'll
It's-
we have Mr. Vic Moss on Wednesday. We'll kind of catch up with Vic, see where he sits on this. I mean, who knows?
He'll have some good info. Definitely.
We've become so dependent on China. I don't see them doing away with it, honestly.
I don't neither.
I don't either, Chris. I mean, I would have to agree. I think the bill, I definitely don't like the way she kind of rewrote the bill, got a different name on it because she once anything's got first responders or this or that, it seems
Right.
good. But first of all, the money is not going to go. I'm sure everybody here, our state and the same in a lot of states, we voted for the lottery. A lot of people only voted because the money was going to education. Well, the money never went to education. I can tell you that, So same way here, they saying some of those tariffs will go to the first responders. Some will go to that, but
I'm gonna give my little soapbox again. It's the same thing that I'm fixing to say about the insurance companies. I've wrote my senator, emailed my senator, zero response, and that's
Right.
BS. That's BS too. They,
Yep.
you
You're
know,
absolutely
Vic,
right, Chris.
Vic makes a statement on Facebook. What's the freaking point? Nobody responds. Now then, I don't know how Vic got appointed to this board. Apparently he knows somebody to get appointed on there, which is good, but he's just one person. And they want us to go out there and get a hold of our senator and our legislature. Why don't nobody listen to me?
Well, Chris, I mean, I will say this. I personally, and I know Joe Fodolio too. I'm not Joe Fodolio, Joe America. I personally talked to Steve Scalise. He actually called me back because Steve has an office here in Hammond.
Oh, really?
But now this was early. I see Vic in the thing. Vic says it's way too early. But
Johnny, get him on the show. Get him on the show.
This was I don't know if Steve would do it, but anyway, this was very early in all of that, and he just I was telling him about it. He had heard about it, and he said, it ain't gonna go anywhere. But that was before all of this. Now, so
you got Ken Herron's got that buddy of his. He's in the legislature in Tennessee, I believe, the state legislature.
Right.
I don't know, guys. It's aggravating when you try to do what you're asked to do and you get nothing in return.
Right.
I've emailed and called Ted Cruz's office till I'm blue in the face.
Well, we can send
special greeting from Joe there.
We can send Lon up to Washington. He's a big guy. Just march in there and get them all to vote right. Lon, what's the matter? You don't agree with that? We send you in there.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
Good morning, Lon.
Oh, we just talk about everything, really. I'm sitting. Let's see here, Lons. I'll pass on this. Let me know it, man.
We were talking about the 4-leaf clover on your ball cap, then you show up and you don't have it on today.
Yeah, what am I wearing? Oh, Oakley hat. Okay.
Vic, you could hop in. We're just talking. This is just kind of informal talk here on Sunday morning. So, Lon, what's up?
Morning, Vic.
Not much. I worked yesterday. Don't have to work today, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Lon don't know if they're going to ban DJI or not. Tell us, Lon.
Do I know? I hate to say it, but I think it's a trend that's headed that direction. And unfortunately, because of the people that are behind it, I don't think it's going to change based on the presidential election. You know what I mean? I don't think the presidential election is going to have any effect on it.
Philip.
So,
Yeah. Morning, Philip.
Hey, Phil.
yeah, so Scotty's behind it, and everybody knows it, and they got some powerful players, on their side. I don't understand the motivation for it personally, but you think it's money, but I don't know what they think they're going to gain. I really don't, because at the end of the day, they don't have the products to put in place of DJI. It's not like they can suddenly start making 3 million drones. In the U.S., the U.S. buys like 3 million drones a year. Skydield's in no position to suddenly start providing 3 million drones, especially not to consumers. So I have no idea what the motivation here is. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
It's what it boils down to.
It's all about that in the end, Lon. It's all about
But who's going to
all
make
about
the
the
money
coin.
though?
yeah.
Who's
Well,
gonna-
it's not for you and me, dude. It's for somebody past our pay grade.
No, I understand, but who's in place? Let's say there were no other car makers but GM, and then the U.S. government decided to ban General Motors, and there was nobody else making cars. You know, it's the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
Who could step in and who could step in and take the place?
It's usually just one or two people, Lon. It's not a group. It's not many. In my opinion only. That's the way Chris sees things.
Yeah.
I bet there's some accuracy to that, Chris. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think politicians want us people, non-commercial people, flying drones either. I think they want to carve out that airspace for
Well,
commercial,
sure they do.
commercial work. That's what I think.
Walmart, Jeff Bezos, I mean, they want to fly their stuff, 15, 20, 30 miles away and drop it in your front yard so you can have it pissed on by a dog and rained on when you get home.
Right.
That's what
But
they want
what
to do.
Yeah, but what Vic is talking about is what I'm talking about. The person that's sponsoring the legislation, her former employee or whatever, works for Skydio,
Yeah.
Right.
and that's where I'm coming from.
There you go, right there.
What is her motivation for sponsoring this legislation that it banned DJI? Banning DJI from commercial work, I wouldn't appreciate, but I understand that because there are players in the commercial space that can fill that void to an extent. Okay, to an extent. But on the hobbyist side or the consumer side, there's no one. There's
Right.
absolutely no one that can produce a Mini 4 Pro. Okay.
No.
And
No, I
from
agree.
them as an American company.
Right.
No one. And they're years away. I'm not talking months away. Whatever. If they started tomorrow, they would be several years away from making a Mini 4 Pro. You know what I mean?
Much less a
That's-
quality product.
Well, yeah. And the price and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
It's
Yeah.
That's my point.
They could build a product, but the price would be triple.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Yeah.
Well,
We
I
don't
don't even know if
have-
they could.
We don't have the capacity to do that in the U.S. We don't have the facilities and the technology base
Mhm.
in place. I mean, it's
Yeah,
just
the
not
chip.
there. The
Yeah,
chips.
where the chips going to come from? Where the camera sensors going to come from? Where, I mean, I'm serious here. Where the fucking props going to come from? You know what I mean? I mean, for real.
Yeah.
No, Vic,
You know?
Vic,
You're
I
not
do
wrong.
not. I do not think that at all.
No.
That is crazy.
That's and it's again, it's all about this, guys. It's all about the coin.
You're right,
Mhm.
Chris. You're right.
Stupid asses. You want to fire me up? I'm about to get there.
Yeah. I just don't understand who's going to make the money. I understand like I said, the commercial side. Okay, fine. Skydio, a few other people I can't even think of off the top of my head. Not lime. It's a word like as a color. I can't think of them right now. Teal. There's several companies could probably step in commercially and maybe make something. Like I said, but on the consumer side. Now the other thing I agree with is someone was saying that the government doesn't want the average Joe running around flying drones, and
Yeah.
that I can understand because they were already having enough problems with people with cell phones filming everything they do. And they're probably getting a little tired of that, so they might want to limit just regular people having cameras in the sky. I can't argue that point because it could be part of their motivation.
Yeah, hey,
Right.
but now you see Disney has a drone show over. They just started it. But they don't want drones nowhere around there. But they can fly their drones. So hey, it's all about money.
Good point. Good point, Ronnie.
Yeah, harness with the labor market. Yeah, Phonic. I was just trying to keep up with the chats there.
Well, I think a lot of American companies, we want things cheap, and so they sent all this manufacturing overseas, China, where they can make the chips a lot cheaper than we can here. Not just chips, but like Lon said, props, everything. And we've shipped that all overseas, and now we're in the pickle we're in. So,
Well, just watch Shark Tank. You can watch Shark Tank, and every time they say, well, why don't we just send that over to China and let them do it cheaper, and we make more money.
yeah.
It used to be Mexico. We used to have a bunch of stuff made in Mexico. Heck, you used to be able to get stuff made cheap in Canada. And we shipped a lot of our manufacturing to Canada.
And I know the reason why they don't do it in Mexico anymore, because they're all here.
Well, it's cheaper to make it in China. It's cheaper. The incredible thing is it's cheaper to make something in China and have all the freight. That's the part and it's still crazy cheaper. You can buy a T-shirt for $3. You can buy when Temu can ship you a T-shirt for $3, shipped.
Right.
And you can't. And no American company, period, can make and sell a T-shirt for $3 out front of their factory. You couldn't just walk in their factory and buy a T-shirt for $3.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
So wholesale. You can get a T-shirt for $3 wholesale.
Right.
If it was American made. And there's a lot of factors to that. I mean, I'm a union kid, so I wouldn't want to talk badly of unions. However, there is some truth to the fact that when, a guy sweeping the floor, the GM has to make $100,000 a year, it might affect the cost of products coming from that company.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
What did Tim do today?
Yeah, like hey, Ray's looking at cars, and Ray, and what you said, just 4 years, the cars went up
Yeah, the prices went up like crazy, at least for Mercedes,
so,
really.
But yeah, all of them.
Very discouraging.
I think everything's gone up in the car market.
Ray, you just going to get it fixed?
Mercedes.
Yeah.
Nope. My wife
A simple
might have to go to a
truck's
Hyundai.
35, 40 grand, like, look at a Tacoma, like with nicely equipped, almost $60,000,
Yep.
55,000. Insane. I'll keep my paid off minivan. I'm going to rock that thing till the wheels fall off.
We got it.
You got the Dodge Caravan, right, Joe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had them for many years. I drove them.
Yeah.
What's that, Chris?
You were undercover though, Ray. You in the back with your computer monitor and your camera on top, looking for the bad guys.
He's got that. He says he'd get DJI to just send everybody in Congress, Mini Ford Pro, and bribe them a little bit. There you go.
No, them people in Congress can't do anything because they got somebody to do it for them.
Yeah, they couldn't do
This
that.
is it. The Mini 4K. This is it. The latest and greatest.
Uncle Bill.
Mine's a 5-inch 4K.
I like that too, Joe.
Yeah. Back at it.
Yeah. Well, DJI tried to build a factory in this company.
drone.
In this country. DJI tried to build a factory in this country, and they got stymied, which is hilarious.
Really?
They had the site picked out and everything.
Where were they going to build it? Or trying to
North
build
Carolina. They already had
Really?
the site picked out and everything, and they got stymied. And it's they don't want them because DJI, not that they're, I don't know what the way to phrase it, but they just want to make money, man. They don't give a shit about politics. They don't care about all this crap, and they're more than willing to build an assembly plant in the United States if it would shut all this up. But unfortunately, they've bent over backwards, man. It's incredible if you look at the history. All the vetting they've gone through, all the different firmware they did for enterprise drones, where there's zero data getting out. The idea that somebody's seeing your data outside of the drone is bullshit.
Right.
It's on its face. It's absolute bullshit. It's been proven to be bullshit.
Yep.
several times from independent companies. You know,
That's absurd at this point.
It's fucking bullshit. So now they're pivoting and saying, well, it's to help American drone companies. They've even changed the name of the legislation if you didn't notice. You know what I mean? The whole security thing's been blown out of the wire. So now they're talking about, you know, something else. And when that gets blown out of the wire, they'll pivot to something else.
Yeah.
It's all about just destroying DJI at this point. And I
Hey,
don't know.
Phil.
It's just crazy.
You see Vic's comment, and let me ask Lon, could DJI just eventually, I mean, I don't know. I know Mia, you might just say, hey, screw y'all after a while, you know, and just shove it up
No.
here, you know.
That's
Yeah.
Yep.
They could.
mean, you
I
know,
wouldn't blame them at this point. And then, like I said before, the day after, I would burn all the records. I would burn all the registration data. Poof.
Yeah.
And then I would cancel all the NFCs. All NFCs over the United States would be done. Over. No, the next day.
Well,
And I
Vic Moss is going to straighten it all out. There's no doubt in my mind.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's what I would do. I would go in and tell Congress. I go, okay.
Yeah.
The day after you ban us, all NFCs over the United States are going to be canceled. How you like that? How you like that? How about that? And I would announce it too. I'd be like, okay, hi, I'm Joe Blow I'm Jackie Chan from DJI. And just wanted to let everyone know that there are no longer NFCs over the United States. And you can fly your DJI drones wherever the fuck you want.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey,
have a good day.
Hey, Lon, you got my vote. Let's get you to run for Congress.
Yeah.
Bernard
And also,
24.
Lonnie, is that where Jackie Chan went? I was wondering where he went.
Yeah, he went to work for DJI. He's a brand rep.
He's the face, the new face of DJI.
That would be
Jackie
Mr.
Chan.
Frank.
I would, man. I'd be like,
Well,
okay.
There's years ago there was we used Hike Vision for our security cameras, and Hike Vision was put in at every government institution across this great land. Well, 3 years into it, they found a security flaw with Hike Vision.
Yep.
Yanked out every single unit at every single government and went to a different company.
Yeah.
And it's just like we're spending money to spend money again.
Well, duh.
And there was nothing wrong with the system at all.
We kept ours, Philip.
Did y'all?
They come in there, our internal security bunch go, oh, you can't have this because it's tied to the network. No, sir, it's not tied to the network. It's not tied to the network. It's local. It's here. It's great. Works great. Well, they come in there and give me another bid for like $150,000 to replace it. I said, why? Oh, you're going to have a server back here. I said, there you go. We don't need a server. I just need to see the shit where my guys can look at it every day. I don't need this stuff going out across the deal. It works fine.
Yeah.
But because Homeland Security sent them a letter saying Hike Vision, yada, yada, they can see what you're doing in China, I said, bullshit.
Yeah.
I call it again. That's like they can't see. They might have known my drone went up this morning, but I'm sure they're not sitting here looking at cattle or a lake.
If they can see what's going on with your security system, what's not to say they can see anything else?
Hey, wait till you find out Jamie from Ring Doorbell is, sending all that stuff over there. They're gonna really be pissed at that guy.
Anyway, that's enough about that. We know where we stand. And Vic, Godspeed, dude. I got you back.
Anybody going flying today?
I'm going to try to. We got rain in the forecast. I really need to go continue some work on a tile patio I'm working on. But it's outside, so I don't know if the weather's going to let me.
Good luck, Joe.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Where you going? You going flying, Johnny? Where you going to go?
I don't know, just probably fly around here. Well, it's raining. Look, I'm not sure this is an all-day rain. I think around after lunch is supposed to be a little better. I got some special edition Avata 2 batteries though. These things make you Avata. somebody autographed these down here at the bottom. So
Special edition.
yeah,
Wow.
They make you fly better.
these came special edition from Michigan.
Nice.
Yeah, I
nice.
sent them.
Very nice.
Oh man, let's see. I work for the government. I have to say, if it makes sense, we don't do that. Yeah, Mailer. Let's see.
Exactly, mate.
Man, that is the truth, isn't it?
Yeah, Wednesday Vic will be on. And hey, if you got any questions, get them ready for Mr. Vic Moss, and we'll go over everything, kind of catch up. And I know, hey, it's kind of like remote ID. You know, we talked about that for a couple of years, and the same people, a lot of people said the same thing. It never happened. End up happening. Of course, it didn't really change any. I don't think anybody in this community. It really didn't change any way that we fly. You know, I know the FPV guys. I know Joe's got modules on all those drones he flies. Of course, he does.
Yep.
So,
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, that shit don't work.
well, it only worked with an Android phone, so it really, you know.
I down there at
Here's
work,
Android.
there's a guy flying his, and I can stand there right there beside him, watch you turn it on. It will not see it, and he's using the Holy Stone remote ID. It won't pick it up.
And just think of the irony of that. You know, that they institute remote ID so they can track your drones, and they let all these Chinese companies make the damn modules.
All right. Yeah.
You're absolutely right,
irony
Lon.
of that.
Yeah.
Just the absolute
How stupid
irony.
are we really?
Just the irony of that.
The phones, the computers, the fucking everything. It's made in China.
Yep.
I got my modem sitting across the room from me is made in China. That has all the data I use. Period. Going
Right.
over it.
Right.
And it's made in
Right.
China.
Yeah. How
Whether it's
absurd is
phone
this,
footage,
really?
My phone calls.
Have a good day, Vic.
Have a good day, Vic.
This, this exact
Vic.
stream. You
Yeah.
know?
The line, okay, a remote ID it's in effect. It's supposed to be, you know, you're supposed to have it, but you can still go anywhere, buy a toy drone. All them there's no remote ID on those drones. So,
No.
I mean, you know, who's policing that or what? I mean, you know, I
Well,
don't know.
most of those are under 249 grams, but you know,
I guess maybe.
the whole system is just out of whack. It really is.
Yeah.
No
it is.
doubt about it.
But
Who's
when's if
policing-
you use those
who's
toy
policing those?
drones for commercial? then
Yeah,
then you have to have remote ID.
Yeah, and you flying a Holy Stone. Yeah, you're supposed to.
You know, it's just stupid. We're worried about the Chinese government, you know, tracking your drones. We need more tracking of your drones.
Chris said it. Chris said it. It's all about the money. Yeah.
It's just stupid.
And we're
That's all
talking
it's ever
big,
been about.
big money. Big money.
Stupid. It's what it's so dumb. And then, meanwhile, Apple's making all their phones in China.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
Whatever. It's just like,
Yeah,
Where's
but
where's
when I
Amazon?
talk on my phone, Lon, I talk very low so they can't hear me.
There you go.
yeah, you
See?
gotta be very careful.
You put it in whisper. You put it in whisper mode, Ray. Is that what you're saying?
Incognito mode.
Loud because China's listening.
That's right.
Well, Johnny talks in French in French Cajun, so they can't understand that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you. Well, you
They're
know,
gonna feel his
hey, and Joel right here, you know, this is the biggest thing, guys. I don't know about y'all, but you know, hey, you just want to get out there and fly your drone, and you don't want to feel like you're doing something wrong every time you fly. I mean, I don't, you know, listen, you know when you're doing something wrong. I mean, I think as drone pilots or hobbyists, we know when we're doing something wrong because we've been in the community enough. But you know, it's kind of like, you know, Amazon. I don't know. Chris said it. I don't really know. Is anybody? I mean, does anybody get delivery from Amazon? Or
I would love to, but no,
I mean,
we
I
don't
get
have it in
tons.
this area.
yeah, I mean, I saw the guy out here the other day. I mean, he stopped the truck right here and he made 4 deliveries in about 2 minutes. I don't know how you could do that with a drone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
it's not viable. And a lot of they keep talking about drone delivery. The last time I went to the consumer show, no one was hardly talking about it anymore because no one can make it viable. It's you know, medical maybe. I'm trying to
That's
deliver a
awesome.
liver or something like
Right.
that. where
I,
it's hundreds of thousands of dollars. Sure,
I
delivering a
couldn't
pair
agree
of
more.
socks to somebody in Poughkeepsie, though,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just,
Economically.
yeah.
Well, they're delivering PFDs, personal flotation devices too, and which is a good
Sure.
thing.
Yeah. I mean,
Yep.
Search and rescue, government work,
absolutely.
yeah, hospitals,
I mean,
medical
that, I
grade.
agree.
But there's
I
already
wonder if
people going to every
Walmart,
house every day. Yeah.
DeMarco has a Walmart that does that right by him. I'm surprised he didn't place an order. Hey,
Yeah.
send me something.
Well, he
There's
don't.
already.
He
Go
don't
ahead.
want the neighbor. He don't want the neighbor's dog come hack his leg on it.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
No, I hear there's a rumor that there's already someone that goes to every house in the United States every day. Oh, what were they called again? Oh yeah, the U.S. Postal Service. I mean, it's just goofy, the whole packet, the drone delivery thing. UPS goes down almost every street in the United States every day.
Yeah.
FedEx goes down almost every street in the United States. The U.S. Postal Service is already going down. The mail service, no matter what, they're going basically down every street in America on a daily basis. So the idea that you can do it better with a drone or cheaper or something is just retarded. There's no nice way of putting it.
You're right.
See how it can be done cheaper. By the time you land a drone, hook up, and it's got to be probably 3 or 4 pounds or less. I mean, what do you? And where are you going to drop it? In some people's, if you live in an apartment complex, I don't get it. But hey, I don't know.
It's not viable. Excuse me. It wasn't one of these ideas that someone came up with, and I think it's, like I said, it's great for remote areas, freaking medical, where we're talking thousands of dollars and time is of the essence or whatever. There's all kinds of use for it, but this daily is going to drop off the 5 Amazon packages I get every day, because I'm constantly buying shit from Amazon.
Yep.
Yeah.
I saw a short one day. It may have been staged, but it was Amazon. It was an Amazon drone dropping a package as the Amazon truck is pulling up to deliver a package to the same address. Like, why you just throw in the damn truck?
Right.
It's like,
it's dumb.
Yeah, it is.
I need toothpaste right effing now.
Right.
and I have no capacity to go to the store. There's like a mile around the corner.
Malin's got good info. Malin's got good info there, Johnny. Yep.
Yeah, station vendors do not sound. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, do you have to tip the drone delivery guy? I mean, do you have to tip?
Put a couple bucks in that little box.
Yeah. Right.
Have a charging pad in your front yard.
My daughter
Yeah.
has a nice rack out front with it's got chips and peanuts, donuts, and Gatorade. And look, we restock that thing about twice a week because everybody now stops there. The FedEx guys.
The neighborhood kids stop there too?
Well, we haven't had that. Hey, the mail guy, he gets something every day. So
that's nice.
But the drone, hey, I guess we would save a little money if the drone dropped the boxes off. We wouldn't have to do that,
We do the same thing at our loading dock. We have for FedEx, UPS, any delivery person, and they really enjoy it because especially on hot days, they go, "Man, thank you for the water, man."
Yeah,
because it
means a lot.
Keeps them from stopping.
Right.
But I think like Alon had said, the medical type field, that would be, I literally could probably run something to the helipad at the hospital if what I'm saying is, or anybody could, even with, but as far as worrying about a pair of tube socks or whatever, that's about the most stupidest thing I ever heard,
Narcan, huh? Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know they were doing that, Randy.
Yeah, and that might be a good idea, but every cop carries Narcan, is last I knew.
Yep. And most of the police cars in America now. Yep.
Yeah. All the police, fire departments, EMS, you name it, they're all carrying Narcan. So again, there might be some, niche. Somebody in the Appalachian Mountains is, overdosing. You might fly a drone in there and drop off Narcan. You know what I mean? But
yeah, cops don't want to go to every overdose.
You're right. You're absolutely right, Randy.
Well,
yep.
Yeah. Sadly, that's become part of I say their job or something that they probably definitely didn't think of years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
100,000 last year.
Yeah.
Fentanyl.
It's out of control. Out of control.
100,000 people died of fentanyl overdoses
crazy.
last year.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Hey, but drones, there's a lot of goods that drones can do, and I know, I think that, it seems like the government or the people up there are thinking, hey, if we get these guys out there, it'll make it better for this segment of the, whatever. But I don't know. It's just kind of crazy. Yeah, moonshine. There you go.
the meth up there is insane.
I wonder if it'll work for screwball overdose, Bill.
Yeah, peanut butter whiskey overdose.
Yeah.
If we could fly some bread over to Bill, and he could put some of that peanut butter whiskey on some bread, soak it up.
No, I'm willing to hear the thought that the government doesn't want as many cameras in the air, because I can understand that because, like I said, cell phones is a problem for them. Already they can't so much as wipe their noses without somebody getting it on a smartphone these days.
That's a good thing. I think it's a good thing.
I think it's a good thing too. Transparency is always a good thing, but the government doesn't feel that way. I promise you.
No, I know.
Ray, but I'm sure 80% of the police out there are not tickled that every goddamn speeding ticket they write these days, or somebody standing on the side of the road, filming it.
But they got
what I'm saying? It's like Jesus.
On the flip side, they have it on cam, with their body cam. So
I from a public's point of view, I think it's cool. I'm just saying it's got to get tired from the government's point of view that. I'm not promoting it. I'm just saying I can understand it would get tiring if somebody was following me around all day while I do my job, trying to catch me doing an OSHA violation, let's say.
Right.
Or something like follow me around all day on construction sites. It would get tired after a while. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, Jerry, I didn't know you were a medic. I did not know that. Good.
Probably true. I can see that. I've known a lot of addicts in my life, and
man,
it takes a lot. Do you know how many bucks you had to give to get that money to buy that?
Y'all remember Crocodile Dundee, where that guy says he goes, "Stopped up nose," and he turns around and he pours it all into a boiling pot, and he goes, "Now just stick your head under here."
Nitty pot.
Yeah.
Angel. I've seen that many times. Yeah, it's a crazy world, and hey, crazy world getting crazier is all we can say. And I guess Joe's fairly young, and
I don't feel it.
It's it's a changing world for sure. And hey, what direction we headed in? Hell, I don't know. Sometimes I feel sorry I know we all got, some of us have grandkids, we got young kids. I know, Joe, you kind of wonder where it's going to be,
Pretty scary. Yep. Mine are 16 and 10. And yeah.
I don't know.
Scary.
A lot changed in the last years, but hey, it is.
Well, I'll tell you one thing that I believe from the bottoms of my soles of my feet, the government isn't the answer. Government isn't the answer. I don't care what the problem is for the most part. Government isn't the answer. You know what I mean? And no matter who you put in place, more government, more regulation, more oversight, more this, more that. But I'm a libertarian. I'm crazy. I fully admit that. But as far as I'm concerned, government is not the answer to any problem.
So Lon, you consider yourself a liberal?
No, libertarian.
Oh, okay.
A little bit different.
He's a lonitarian.
You're a conservative. If there's anybody that's a conservative, it's you.
To an extent, and I think that, but I don't want the government involved in 90% of the shit they're involved in, as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
Foreign aid would be canceled the day after I get in charge. All kinds of shit.
Yep.
Yeah, the education department, federal education department would be canceled.
You got my vote. Lon, you got my vote.
Yeah,
You'd be
we've already told
surprised.
you, Lon.
I'd be like, I'd be as bad as the guy was in Venezuela. That guy that he basically eliminated about 50% of the federal
Chavez?
bureaucracy.
Chavez?
Yeah. I'd be as bad as that guy. I'd be like, nope, a Slayla. I'd be running around. Bap. Get out of here with that bullshit.
Well, politics and religion are two bad subjects. But you know what's weird? You know, everybody here, you know, pretty well works, or some of us are retired. But you know, it's like, you know, if you made 120, 130,000 a year, you ain't no millionaire like the guys up in Congress. You know, that's
Right.
what's strange. You know, you just barely getting through life and enjoying a little retirement. But you know, strangely on the salaries they make, they're all millionaires. So that's what's kind of weird, you know.
Yeah. They're in office like maybe 2 terms and suddenly they're millionaires all
Ahead of
on $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
How does that happen? You know, and that's both sides too. I don't care. Like I said, I'm against them all. You know, there's 1 or 2 out there, you know, that are still not tainted yet necessarily.
So Lon,
Oh, peanut butter.
the tariffs, I mean, are they just trying to, I mean, you know, that money, of course, they're saying some of it will go to this and some of it will go to that. Of course, you know, we know that money probably wouldn't get in the right departments, you know. Just make them overpay for drones and act like they're going to give them some money back. You know, I guess all that sounds good on paper, you know, for votes. You know?
Yeah, but what about consumers?
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah. Okay, they throw some money towards, I don't know, the Houston Police Department, let's say, you know, but how does that help me? You know, what does that do for me? You know, they collect billions of dollars. Even, you know, like I said, I don't care what side it is. During the last presidency, they collected billions of dollars. Great. Where'd that money go?
Where does it go?
Yeah, we still have trillions of dollars in debt every year. So where'd it go?
Let me ask you this. We've all been approached at going into a grocery store to donate to some cause.
Right.
Every one of us. Where does that money go?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where's the
tell
American
you.
Cancer Society? Where's that money go?
I can tell you, in somebody's pocket, because if you look at a lot of these, that's why I've narrowed down who I give to. If everybody doesn't know, I donate plasma twice a week, and then I donate that money to leukemia. Okay, but only the local chapter.
That's good.
Specifically donate. I go in there physically and donate the money to the local chapter.
yeah.
That's a good way to do it. That's a good way to do it.
Amen.
Because they use the money for doses of plasma to people that have leukemia locally. You know what I mean? That's the way we need to go. We need to go back to giving the money to our churches. No offense, but the ones that you can trust, you know, that are doing the right thing, and local. You know what I mean? It needs to be grassroots. All these huge charities.
Right.
Well, just to
You
let
look
you
at
guys know, Johnny's taking donations today.
Yeah. I'll get them exactly where you need
But
them.
is it local, Johnny?
It's very local.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
It is to Johnny.
I'm in, yeah.
You might not leave this house right here. Hey,
Not as local as it gets.
Lon, I think you know this because you kind of, you know, Sturgis. I don't know if you ever been to Sturgis.
Yeah.
Owner, I know if Rod's in here, but make a long story short, there's a bike that they pull around the country, motorcycle,
Right.
that they're giving away. I don't think they ever gave the bike away.
No?
They sell tickets, you know. It's like whoever won this bike, you know.
Yeah, it's just, you know, it makes you so jaded.
Thank
You know what I mean?
Hey, Phil. Thank you. I was just kidding, though, Phil.
Hey, $2.
Johnny got a quarter of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It
about
just
right.
makes you so jaded, you know what I mean? And that's sad, you know. And like I said, I focus on local, because I want to do my good
Joe.
works. You know what I mean?
Hey,
I
Joe.
want to be a good person and do my good works. But I'm picky now. You know, I used to just be like, whatever, let my employer take X amount of money out of me every month, and they would ship it off to United Way or whoever.
I dropped
And
out of
then
that
you look
United
at it-
Way program a long time ago.
Yeah, then you look at it closely, and like
Yeah.
the CEO makes $1.5 million, and the
Exactly.
and the
Yeah.
person behind them makes like
Yeah.
$500K a year, and yada yada. And it's like, no, if you're honestly into charity, you should be donating your time.
Yeah.
You know what I
You
mean?
know,
Right.
when Jerry
I
Lewis
agree.
was doing the MDA telethons,
Right,
I always felt like that was the real deal
right.
to me, because people would phone in and he'd raise so much money for those kids. I always felt like that was the real deal. Now that it's gone away, I just don't get the feeling that I contribute and it does anything for anybody
Yeah,
other than me doing what's right.
Yeah.
exactly.
Believe it or not, Salvation Army is a very good charity.
Yeah.
You know, if you
The
do any
Salvation
research
Army,
on
you
it,
can physically touch, right?
yep.
They're gonna come to Ray's house and open up their door and give you a cup of coffee and a kolache and be there to help recover.
Right.
Perfect.
But it's a tough
Mhm.
one. You know, true story. My best friend in high school, his mom was the district in charge of this region. She was a regional director of the muscular dystrophy in this area.
Okay.
And you know, she didn't make huge money or whatever. And you know, and I agree with Chris, but nowadays
I just don't know anymore.
I don't know.
Changed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Even
I
gotta
Salvation
stay
Army,
on
no
top of
offense,
them.
but there's been a little Salvation Army too.
The last few times I've had to purchase something for somebody for a funeral. Okay. Well, now then, when you go, of course, everything's internet based, web based now. I've been buying trees and donating in their name,
Yeah.
and
Oh, okay.
Somebody
they'll
did
send-
that yesterday. Yeah.
they'll send you a coordinate of where they're putting this tree at. Google that, and I just did this the other day and it pissed me off. I Googled that coordinate, and you realize how many trees are planted in that spot?
I can imagine.
It's not just the one I bought.
Right.
And it bugged the living crap out of me because it's my best friend. And that tree, and no telling how many trees are planted in that spot.
Hmm.
And it's in Georgia, in some national forest. So there it goes back to what I said 30 minutes ago. It's all about the money. It's not about you or me anymore,
Yeah.
unless you can do it local. And I'm probably gonna go back to buying flowers. Because that's local and you can physically touch it.
Yep.
I'm that kind of guy. If you can see it and feel it, I'm all in.
Real. It's real.
Yeah,
Right.
it just bugs me that we do this stuff for the
Mudball.
goodness of the human race, and we're not getting what we pay for.
Yeah, we're not getting the benefits from it. Never seen it.
It's a tough one. It's like all these places and all these charities, and you look at it and you're just like, Goodwill is another one that
Oh, yeah.
when they get under scrutiny, it's like, ooh, you know what I mean? You know, it's a tough one.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
ooh.
Well, I think
You know,
you go into it, sincerely. It's like I say, the lottery here. We had to vote on a lottery years ago. Well, all that money went to teachers and policemen and education. Well, none of that money went to education.
Doesn't go there.
show me a
No,
book.
it didn't.
Show me a book. Show
Yeah.
me a bus that they bought.
When I
Same
used to
thing
go
in
to
Texas, Johnny.
when I
Huh?
went to church,
Teachers, education. We're going to get. They got it in here, but a teacher making $20,000-$30,000 a year to teach the future of our lives. That's not cool.
when I
Yeah.
used to go to
God.
church, and that was quite a few years ago, we were asked, the congregation was asked to bring a turkey meal to the church that they give away physically, like you say, Chris. And the people come and pick up their Thanksgiving meals, and that was very, very touching for
Well,
me.
somebody was getting.
But you can see these people need it; they really need it.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. I'm all in on that.
Yeah.
It's just not fair to you or me to keep donating to providing for people that are things that we never see.
Right. We did that one year a couple years with our kids. We actually went around and took Thanksgiving meals to
Yep.
these unfortunate people. And, it makes you, appreciate what you have and realize that, you know,
And it's
there are
funny,
people out there.
since that was a long time ago. Now, all the Suffolk County police precincts do it. They do it. And they bring the turkeys to the people.
Yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
That's
Yeah, we
that's
have that
something.
locally too.
That's something
Right.
you can touch and something you're personable with.
Mhm.
Toys for Tots, for example.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
another
You
one.
know, I always get involved with Toys for Tots every year. A
That's a good
company
one.
does, and we help them deliver the toys. You know, because we have several trucks, of course, for our job, and we'll go out Saturday.
Not
We
enough.
donate our time, and we
Very
go
nice.
and deliver toys and stuff like that. And that's something
Mhm.
again you can see, feel, touch, see the effect. You
Right.
know, because unfortunately, and our motorcycle group used to do that too.
Yep,
We
right.
bought like a couple bicycles and stuff, and give them away and stuff every year. And it's something you can see because unfortunately, like he was talking about a scam just recently, and it's just there's too much of that, and it's unfortunate because it makes you very, very tentative. I am about giving money away because I work hard for my money, and I'm not giving it to anyone.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, unless I absolutely know exactly where it's going. And if I'm donating my time and money, then if you want to be in charge of this charity, I don't want to use the A word, but I'm assuming that you're donating your time,
Exactly.
you know, to coordinating it because you want to help people, not because you're making $200,000 a year or 300,000 or $1.5 million or whatever the heck. I'm okay with you making a living if you do it full time, but not you being a millionaire, you know, running this charity. That's where I'm like, wait a minute.
You're absolutely
You
right.
know.
Yep.
Habitat for Humanity. That's one of them too that you can see and touch and be involved with.
Yeah, we do that too. Our company does that too.
That's
Habitat
what
for Humanity.
that used to be the American way.
Yep.
It used to be that, and I'm 57 years old. Ray's probably the oldest one. Maybe Captain Joe's in the group, and they go back to when it was like that, 100%.
Yeah.
And I remembered as a kid growing up, but I try to teach my grandkids now, or my kids even, and they're in their 30s now, and they got their babies, and this is what you do. This is what's right. Don't listen to that other stuff that you can't physically. And I'm all about physically having it where I can touch it and see it.
Right.
You open the door for
Right.
somebody and you say thank you. The easiest thing you can do is say hello and thank you. That's the easiest. That's the easiest thing, and that goes a long way. You do something for somebody and they say thank you. That's it. That's it.
That drives me nuts when I open the door for someone and they don't say thank
You
you.
just walk you
Yeah.
down.
I say you're welcome, loud enough for them to hear.
Yeah.
That drives me nuts. Yeah.
I don't know.
I agree with you, Ronnie. Definitely. Yep.
Hey, go to a drive-up window lately and see if they say thank you. They just hand you food and like, get the hell out of here, you know.
Yep.
And I'll always go, thank you, you know, real loud when they hear, you know.
Well,
I
I
like to
can
talk.
open
I
up
like to
a
talk.
door for a lady and her child, and the child will say thank you, and that tells me that that parent is actually teaching that kid right.
Right.
Scotty Jackrabbit, what's up?
Hey, Scott, good morning.
Hey,
Scott.
Scott. How you doing, Scott? You know, it's embarrassing for me. I was at Disney World going to see something on a shuttle bus one time, and I had my cane, and somebody actually offered me a seat. I was so embarrassed, and I didn't take it because I gave it to a lady instead. But that was so nice of the gentleman to do that, and kids do it too. Some young kids do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're working
Yeah,
for that
we-
merit.
we-
They're trying to get that merit badge.
We as adults have to teach what's right and what's wrong. And it's right and it's wrong. There's hardly a middle anymore. There's more of a middle now than there used to be.
Oh, Chris, they're being taught there's no such thing as objective right and wrong. There's
Man.
videos out on that. College students will argue with you and say there's no such thing as objective right and wrong. It's
they're
all based on your perspective. There's no such thing as objective right and wrong.
They're
anymore.
taught that at home and in public schools, and that's
Yep.
the problem.
They're being taught that in school. There's no such
Yeah.
thing. It's all about perspective.
Lon, you know
We have no right.
Lon, you know what they needed when they were young, don't you? Yeah.
No.
So
Wooden
can I ask
spoon-
a question?
wooden
Does
spoon survivor. Real
Can I
talk.
ask a question? Does anybody sell their photographs? Anybody I think Captain Joe does, right? You sell a lot of photographs, right?
Good subject change,
Right.
right?
No, I don't. I mean,
Thank you.
I guess mine aren't good enough to sell. So hey,
Me
Tell,
either.
tell us about that, Captain Joe. How do you go about doing that?
Well, mine basically is marketed to the teams that I shoot. Every once in a while, something else will come up where I'll sell it back in the news. But I shoot for the paper, so basically I'm selling what I shoot. But I do all the team pictures for Mandeville for a bunch of sports, so I market it to the parents. And what I do is I either do them individually. I have a site out, probably got about 200,000 pictures on it, and
wow.
over the years that I've shot, and I'll offer them either like I got team pictures coming up. That'll be the team shot with the individual shots. That's coming up next month, and then for the season, I'll offer them a season package. They pay me one price. I'll give them all the individual digitals of their kid through the season.
hey,
And
What about your drone photos?
Joe, I saw you took the Avata out to the lighthouse. The Avata 2, you took it all the way out there.
Yeah, I got a story behind that too.
Oh,
Well, it's a good story. Hey, Johnny knows me. It's a good story. But if they don't buy the digitals and they wait and buy later, they're going to pay more money. You know, so it's like, pay me the $250 for their kid for the year, get 700 pictures, or come back later and buy 20 pictures for the same price.
yeah.
You know?
Hey, Ronnie, that's a good thing. Yeah, I
That's
say
basically
that.
what I do.
Okay.
And I do drone work now. I've got a couple of real estate agents that have me come out and do their properties, and I haven't sold any pictures with the drone.
Oh,
but
you
I do
haven't?
basically just a video for the real estate.
Joe, you
I
sold
could.
me a tugboat picture?
So
No, I'm just the tugboat.
you took it from me. No, I gave it to you.
Hey,
No,
John.
I have
Hey, John. Look at this photo.
Wow.
I know this guy who took this.
Yeah, that's a good picture.
Yeah.
I had my
This
eyes closed the whole
I
flight.
still got to get a frame for it, John.
Yeah. Yep. You better get a frame for it.
Ray,
You get some good ones, John. You really do, man.
hey, John,
Oh, thanks.
you need to autograph that for him. Bring it down to the
Yeah, there you go. I'll bring it to Florida.
There you
You got to autograph it.
All right.
Uh,
That'll
I've
cost
been
you
there
extra.
earlier.
hey, Captain Joe.
Yes.
Now you say your drone shots, right? Your
I
pictures?
don't sell any drone shots. I do just a video for the real estate.
Are you 10? Get on that 107 crap.
I'm
You
one
got to
of
be
those.
107 certified to sell pictures
Uh-oh.
and videos.
Right. I was
furniture
107
the
before I
business.
put the first drone in the air.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
of me being a professional photographer and all the inferences, I wasn't playing with the FAA. That's all it was.
Roger that.
I figure it's
Got it.
not worth the effort to say, well, I'm not doing it for that, but you're a professional photographer. How do we know? You know, and then I find something good and say, I want to sell this. Then I got to go get the 107. You know, it's like, I just went and got it. And then I started flying.
Good for you.
So
It was really
figured-
easy. I got the 107 the day it
wasn't
came
bad.
out just for the hell of it. I happened to be at the airport because I'm at the airport all the time anyway. I just breezed in there and took the test. I didn't even study for it and passed it. Then I let it lapse because
that's
it was,
That's when the test
You
was
let it lapse, Lon. You didn't
Yeah.
renew it?
yeah, I didn't realize they were gonna. It was right during COVID too, and I didn't realize that they were gonna make it. When I got mine, I missed it by like 3 months. It's kind of sad. It's a sad story. I just let it lapse because I wasn't using it.
So now
Yeah,
you
I
have to
only
take
got
the
it.
whole thing over again?
Yeah. I only got
Oh.
it for shits and giggles. I really didn't have a plan. And then I was
Right.
doing hydroelectric dam inspections for this company. So it kind of came in handy. And then I quit working for them because they're just slow paid. I got tired of it. And then I just let it lapse because I wasn't using it for anything. You know what I mean? I still I'm not using a 107 for anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So and I'm undercover when it comes to when I do shots for Ken and Billy when
Yeah,
we do
you
like
work under
anything with
theirs.
commercial. I'm working
work
under them
under theirs.
anyway.
Right.
Yeah. So
So you're not going to go and re-up for it then, Lon, right?
I'm not. You know what? It's so
So-
funny because Greg gave me a Pilot Institute thing. I still have it. I just never. I might just prance in there and take the test again. Because like I said, I passed it without even. I got a day one. They weren't even set up. I had to wait around for them to find the
Really?
materials and everything. It was
That's-
hilarious. Yeah, it was like the first day and they weren't really set up. And I just danced in there wanting to get it. And like, oh crap. I'm literally, they're like, oh crap. And so they got all this stuff together.
Don, if you
Funny.
let it lapse, I think you got to redo the whole thing, not just the recurrent.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, now you might be able to do the recurrent. See, at
do
the
the recurrent.
time,
Yeah.
at the time,
The
it was, you had to
recurrent's
redo
really
it. And I'm
easy.
like, meh.
How
Like,
I had
many
no
years-
grace period or anything. Yeah.
How long has it been since you renewed?
oh,
Lon?
solid, what, over a year, right?
Hmm.
It's been, God, it's been almost 2 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
during COVID.
You could
Yep.
probably
You know.
get your recurrent, Lon. You could probably.
That's what
do
everybody
it.
keeps saying. The government still thinks I have it. That's the other funny, the joke about it too, is when I go into the FAA website, they still think I'm a Part 107 pilot.
Really?
You go
Really?
do the
Yeah, it's
recurrent.
really
Well,
weird.
I mean, you
It's
are. You just have an expired license.
Yeah, I guess.
Like I'm a captain. My
It's just really
license
funny.
is expired. That's all.
But you know what's funny about that card? It has an issue date, but there's no expiration
No
date.
Yeah,
expiration
there's
date.
no.
Average
Yeah.
person,
Yeah.
I mean, it always looks active. You know, if you hand it
It's an
to,
average person.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you hand it to a police officer, basically it says you're 107. I don't think
Okay. They're not calling the FAA.
a recurrent.
Right. Right.
So
Very
it's
true.
weird. It's a weird, and it's like everything.
Johnny,
the
I'm gonna jump
government
off here,
does.
man. Girls summoned me for pancake time.
Oh,
All
be
right.
right there.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
my
come
way.
on.
Good one, Joe.
Pancakes and
I'll
bacon.
be there in
Okay.
about an hour.
We'll be right there.
See you later, man.
See you guys. Peace out.
See you, Joe.
But this goes back to what I'm saying. Everything the government does, man. Because like I say, it's just all screwy. You
Preach it,
know?
Lon. Preach it.
Yep.
I'm telling you, I go on the FAA website. They still have me listed as a Part 107, as having a Part 107 license.
They watch
So-
this. They watch this show, so they might pull you down tonight. You know.
Yeah.
And
You know-
to be honest with you,
Back,
In
back,
theory,
back to the
in
photos.
theory,
you know.
Lon, you really are still 107.
Yeah, there you go. Go ahead, Ray.
No, I was going to say back to the photos that I was talking about. I had asked Eddie Nunez to buy one of his photos years ago. He
Yeah.
said, "Ray, I'll send you the file." I did the same thing to Billy Kyle. He says, "Ray, I'll send you the file, and you just have it made up wherever you want." And I really appreciated that they did that. Really. Now
It's
You got
community.
I got them
Ray.
proudly displayed too on my wall.
You
That's
got
the work. That's the workaround.
Twin Towers, huh, Ray?
just know everybody that takes the shots. But there are websites. If everybody's interested in selling their photos and videos, off the top of my head, I can't pull them up. But there's several websites that you can get involved with.
Stock
That,
photo or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of, and you'd be surprised. You get sell, and if you're local, if you list with tags and everything, local stuff. Alex Harris, who Ken hates, oh my god, but he shows you how to do that, and you'd be surprised how many local
Mhm.
entities would want your footage of you just flying around the park or some crap. The
Yeah.
local news, magazines, the new, different little shows, local shows and stuff like that would want to use your footage for different little stock situations. It's surprising. And if you live in a big city, there's actually a lot of opportunity for selling stock footage.
Yep.
Just for these small production companies that are just doing some rinky-dink little dealio in
Right.
your area.
Yeah,
That's how we got.
yeah, it's cheaper to give you a few dollars for something instead of sending.
Didn't send somebody else out there to shoot it.
Well, I
I mean,
know
it's like
Angie Anderson. She talked about selling a photo, a few years ago when she was on the Fly for Fun show, and I was shocked that she got, I think, 1,000. Right, Johnny? Didn't you say she got 1,000?
I don't remember, but I remember her that. I didn't remember the dollar amount, but yeah.
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 So Joe, there you go. You got to just join some of them sites, Joe. Not those sites. Those sites.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Not those sites.
Not those.
Hey, Joe's got an OnlyFans page. There you go.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'd never have any money.
Only Joe goes.
Let's see. First operation.
So Johnny, I did have I've been listening to y'all for about 40 minutes before I got on because I was also listening to my son's
trolling.
police
You were
arrest
trolling.
No, my son was telling me I was police arrest last night and all the stuff that happened. So I was sitting here listening to him before he went to bed. But yesterday, I did have a incident at the lighthouse with somebody for
Uh-oh.
the first
Really?
time.
What happened?
Well, there were two guys out there, and they looked kind of funny, kind of fishy to me. They were fishing, and I had never seen them before. And there was another guy that was sitting on. He was sitting on the tugboat. And he
Really?
was in a pair of
On the
short pants.
tugboat?
Yeah,
Way out there?
on the tugboat. Yeah, with a pair of short pants on. So he jumps off the tugboat, swims over to that guy's house, and sits on that thing.
Really?
And he's singing all kind of songs, and he's like, he's on something. I know he's on something. So I'm standing there, and the guys are getting over. They tell him, "You come on, and we're going to leave you here," and all of this and that. So he starts to come back that way, and the guy looks at my shirt, and I had a shirt on. It said, "I fly drones. That's another reason Jesus loves me," like that. And he walks over, looks at it, and he says, "Well, how do you believe that?" I said, "Well, I do. He loves me whether I fly drones or not." So, then the guy says, "You fly drones?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Are they expensive?" And that was my trigger word right there. And I said, "No, not really." And then the little guy, he kept getting behind me.
Uh-oh.
And when he got behind me the third time, I turned around and looked at him, and I said, "Next time you step behind me, I'm going to reach under my shirt and I'm going to make your day." Like that. And he looked at me and he said, "Oh, yeah, you got something with that." And I lifted up and showed him the handle and said, "You need me to take it out?" They all went and got in their car and left.
Did I about to say
Wow.
they had a car
Interesting.
down there? I mean, they had a car down
Yeah.
there.
I went to
were-
get their license plate, no license plate, no temp
They were
tag.
getting ready to rob your ass.
Oh, they were getting ready to play. But they were getting
Hey,
ready to
Judge.
get an answer to it. You know?
Yeah, we never
I shot
hardly,
him in the foot.
we never hardly see
Yeah.
anybody out there. You know.
But there were people there. There were cars driving up at the same time, so they got in the car and left. So I get in there and I took a picture of the car and let Madisonville know about it. Yeah, but there were no tags on the car, and I had a picture of one of them getting back in the car.
Good.
And so that was my first incident yesterday.
Oh,
So I
Oh,
went and
no.
flew. I went out by the point, out by Sunset Point, and I'm getting ready to fly to Avada because they got a bunch of gators down in that back pond. I want to go fly over them, and I hear this hissing sound. I look up, and I get attacked by two raccoons. They
Oh,
come out there and they're chasing me, and I'm sitting there. I grabbed my fishing pole and slapped one with the fishing pole, and the other one comes in from the other side. So I had to go in the back of my car and just close the damn thing.
oh, that's funny.
Did you take pictures of them?
I got pictures of the raccoons.
Joe, you like Crocodile Dundee?
I couldn't
Yeah.
identify them. They had masks on.
Hey, you
Oh boy.
you need to call Bruce Show out there to fly with you.
That's two
I'm
good
sure I needed
stories.
somebody.
Yeah.
Two good
But I-
stories,
but
Captain
they
Joe.
wouldn't leave. They wouldn't leave, and I had to climb over my seats to get to my front seat. So they wouldn't leave, and they were scratching on the car and everything, trying to get in.
That's because
So
people.
I called Mandeville PD. You know, I called Mandeville PD, and they came out, and they were walking around with a 22 looking for them. We couldn't find them, so they called Wildlife and Fisheries. You know, it was
Did
like,
they ask you how high your drone will go?
no, they didn't ask me.
I tell you what,
So-
that's some really severe racist jokes there. Just saying. I'm like, woof.
I
I'm just sitting there going, damn, son.
I never talked about any colors. I just talked about
I
the
know, but
raccoons, the raccoons with masks. You know.
That's so.
And in the first incident, I had a little bit of every color. Let's put it that way.
why didn't you shoot those raccoons? Just out of curiosity.
One of the reasons there were about 3 cars in the area,
Oh,
and the other
okay.
reason that I'm right there in the middle of the city of Mandeville, Louisiana,
Oh,
and I would have
okay.
had to explain that one anyway.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you're in town.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't discharge
Yeah.
a firearm in the city limits.
No, I understand
Yeah,
that.
but
I didn't know where he was. Yeah.
I'd have been dealing with that guy who's got the initials DA, you know, and I don't want to deal with
Yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah. No. That's
You
cool.
don't want to mess with those city coons.
So, Joe, how was it
Yeah.
taking Avada 2 out there?
It perfect, no problem, no signal loss. So I flew it around. I even came back against the wind. And I knew the wind was. I said I'll just make sure I'm at 70% coming back.
Yeah.
And then when I got out there, when I left at 94%, and when I got out there it was at 70%. So I said, well, I'll wait till 60%.
Wait a minute. Were you out there by yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's your problem. They weren't coons. they were freaking FAA guys getting on your case because you didn't have a spotter.
With
I had
black.
a spotter.
Yeah, they were
I had
out
a
getting the
spotter.
FAA
I had
officials.
the goggles free. I was able to watch the drone myself.
Yeah,
That's not
you-
no. That's not how that works.
you-
You got to take my word for it. You know, I can see the drone.
hey, you
No.
wasn't fun.
Unaided. You can't use the camera to watch the drone, man. But anyway, they're FAA officials that were after you for not having a spotter. Aha! They're wagging their claws at you.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah,
But that was the first time I've had any incident anywhere with anything.
that's a good place to fly because it's about I don't know what is it, Joe, about 1,800 feet out to the lighthouse, 2,000 feet.
18, I think it's 1890 and 1980.
Yeah. So it's
When I come visit you, Johnny and Captain Joe, I want to go there. Definitely.
Yeah,
that's a great spot.
the tugboat. Yeah, Ray. No, the tugboat, believe it or not, it's. I mean, you could. I ain't say you could swim to it very easy, but it's not very far.
You can walk to it.
You could almost walk to it if on the rocks if you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So,
But I got up to the end of that tugboat. I said, well, I'm going to fly through it. Then I'm going to stick it out there for Johnny. I got all the way up to that thing, looked in there, and I went around it. Still won't go through it.
they got a lot of cables and rebar.
A lot of cables hanging through there. And then I looked at it with the video and I said, you can fly through it. I know you
Next
can.
time.
I say that every time I go out there.
Hey, Lon, do you
No,
like
you got
fishing? Do you like fishing, Lon?
No, not really.
No.
I used to fish with my dad and stuff like that, but it's not something I like to do that much, to be honest with you. I don't have a patience for it.
Okay.
Not American. You're not American.
Okay.
All right,
If Free Combat Tours doesn't do it, that's fine.
have a
If I
great
got a
Yeah,
fish
no,
on top of it,
no.
then you can
No,
take my
you're good.
citizenship then.
I just see you like, for some reason, I see you as liking to fish.
No, I'm a city rat, man. I'm a hood rat. You know,
You need to come to country for about a week.
yeah, we went fishing. My dad.
Have you
was a
ever
good
caught a
fisher.
fish? Have you ever caught a nice fish, Lon?
Oh yeah, no, we used to go fishing when I was a kid.
Oh, okay, you did.
When I was a kid, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad was a country bunking kind of guy from out Johnny's way, actually. My whole family's from Louisiana, and they moved to Michigan to for jobs back in the 50s, 40s when the automobile industry. They all moved to Michigan for the automobile industry. My grandpa actually got a job at the gypsum mines out by Detroit.
That's
Back
the
in the
last
day.
one I caught
got
the other
you.
day.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Yeah.
What'd you catch it on, Captain Joe? What'd you catch that fish on?
A little rubber frog.
A rubber frog?
Beef
Rubber frog
jerky.
floating on the top.
Yeah, beef jerky.
Pigeon turkey.
That's at that little property that I did the video at.
The pigeon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did drone video for a guy, and that's his property.
I'm gonna go ahead and end this. We've been on. I went 30 minutes, and I want to thank
Wow.
everyone for joining in, and of course, Ray. Well, let's see. Who you got Thursday, Ray? Do you
Yeah,
know?
we got Greg. Greg, Pilot Institute's going to be on. Yeah. Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
Mr. Vic Moss Wednesday, so we'll catch up with Vic. Chris, thanks for joining us, and John and Ray and Philip, Lon, thanks as always, and Captain Joe. Maybe we got to get together and fly this week. I know it's rained almost every day. It seemed like,
Yeah, it's gonna rain again today.
Is it?
Mm.
Yeah.
It don't look too bad right now. All right, guys. Thanks everybody.
Have a good day, everybody.
See you.
Good day.
Later, y'all.
Peace out.
Yeah.
Take care, cool hand.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
Peace.